Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with another Wild Eye Week review of Hell of the Screaming Undead. Well, it wouldn't be Wild Eye Week without at least one review of a Dustin Ferguson film, and that's what this is. Released this year by Wild Eye, Hell of the Screaming Undead was written and directed by Dustin Ferguson. Friends Mary and Heather have decided to spend the night partying in the local Relic Museum. They are friends with security guard Miles, who is on duty, so they know they can get in after hours. The two women are spotted, however, by two ex-convicts who just got done stealing an experimental vaccine from a local laboratory. The vaccine was meant to prevent the spread of the N37 virus. It seems to be too late, however, because the virus has caused a zombie outbreak. As the virus spreads and the zombies stalk the city looking for fresh meat, the two girls, security guard Miles, and the two ex-convicts are locked inside the Relic Museum. Warren, one of the ex-convicts, is played by Robert Allen Mukes, who played Rufus in Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. Evidently, because of that, this is not his first experience with zombies. Along with his partner Trapper, played by Ken May, the two convicts force the women to play games inside the museum. Of course, these games are just a means of getting the women to commit sexual acts. As if the situation wasn't dire enough, it appears that someone in the museum may be infected. While the undead close in on the museum from the outside, there might already be a zombie within. Hell of the Screaming Undead has an approximate runtime of only an hour. The end credits, however, begin rolling much sooner than that. The actual runtime, from my calculation, is around 48 minutes. That's definitely short, but it flies by. The action gets started right away, as the zombie outbreak takes place almost immediately. It was cool seeing Robert Allen Mukes in another intimidating role. He's a big dude. Lynn Lowry of Shivers and The Crazies also has a small role as Mary's mother. Man, she was a knockout back in the day, and she still looks good for her age. Mel Novak, who has roles in quite a few Dustin Ferguson films, plays the governor. The zombie makeup looks pretty good, but the absolute highlight of Hell of the Screaming Undead for me is the museum setting. Plenty of this abbreviated movie's padded runtime is spent on shots of the museum. Now, that is not a bad thing at all. The location is awesome. This is the type of museum I would love to check out myself, so I can understand why Mary and Heather wanted to spend the night there. It's a really cool setting, and it kept me glued to the screen. This particular museum is filled with many pop culture relics. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the zombie subgenre of horror, because there are only so many different ways you can make a zombie film, but because of the location, this one really worked for me. There are also some fun homages to classic zombie films, like Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead. Hell, even Dawn of the Dead. But instead of a mall, it's a museum. Obviously, the title screams Hell of the Living Dead. Pun intended. The homages don't stop at zombie movies either. There's a character named Sheriff Brackett. Hell of the Screaming Undead is a lot of fun, and there are much worse ways you could spend 48 minutes of your time. I really enjoyed this, and I want to thank Wild Eye Releasing for sending me this DVD to review. Have you seen Hell of the Screaming Undead? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. What will I review next for Wild Eye Week? Check back tomorrow to find out. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.